Yeah, who couldn't see that coming?
Right as the referee, Mark Nelson, stopped the fight, Alvarez corner threw in the towel as well.
Yeah, I mean, from the very beginning, Alvarez didn't seem like he was in this fight. You know, he was out there very slow. His head was in one position. He didn't seem like he was making that effort to even win the fight, to even make a mark against Lara. Lara did the right thing. He took his time, and when the opportunity presented itself, you know, he took advantage of it.
Yeah, look, I mean, the rope saved.
This was a clusterfuck shit show from the beginning. You know, this fight shouldn't... I don't even know why this fight was happening, and let alone in this fucked up world of WBA boxing and all these fucking belts. Erislandy Lara has the belt that first made him a world champion. That bullshit WBA underling world title. Julian J. Rock Williams is a super world champion. Erislandy Lara was elevated to super world champion when Floyd Mayweather retired. None of it makes sense, but nonetheless, I'm glad we're not here all night for this bullshit. I've been covering fights since fucking 5, 6 o'clock this morning. It is 10:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just in time for the news. Let's watch some highlights. Please subscribe. I'm TstreeT Controversial with FightView360.com. He was eating straight lefts all night. And that jab. Oh, I wish he would have fell out the ring. I wish he would have fell out the ring. He came into the ring at 177.4 pounds after weighing in just under 157 yesterday at the weigh-in. RAMON Alvarez, he showed up to the weigh-in after the broadcast. He deserved to get knocked out for that unprofessional ass shit he was on. And he fought like a fucking slow ass, fake ass Canelo's brother. That's what he get. And it's crazy because he just got beat up by Brandon Rios in his last fight. I covered that fight. And then Brandon Rios gets beat up by Humberto Soto, Jitty Sushi. Crazy world of boxing. So now who is Erislandy Lara going to fight? Also, did you notice, is Lara not with Rodney Shields anymore? That's what you get, Canelo's balding, brother. And baldness is a disease. I'm bald myself. I just like to tease people who bald, too. Just to make myself feel better. So I guess we're going to get a post-fight interview and see what's going on. We're going to go look at the rankings. And we got to make him... Oh, he got a bullshit belt. A belt. It shouldn't exist. The WBA, they're going to go out of business. They don't know it yet. People want them out. Like, they got some shit. Even though they're the oldest boxing organization. What are they? 1964 or 1963? I believe they're 1964. The WBC 1965, right? WBO 1983, or was that 88 and the IBF 1983? I forgot. I don't know. I'm all fucked up. Or was it later? I used to know that by heart. I wonder how I forgot. I used to know the date that all the sanctioning bodies were founded. So is that one of the Canelo brothers too, the trainer? Is that one of the Alvarez brothers? He looks like one of them. It's 7 of them. You know, Canelo wasn't going to show up to this shit. He probably going to disown him for getting knocked out like that. He let Lara get revenge. Lara has a little bit of closure. So let's wait for the post-fight interview. And let's go talk about some rankings. Here's the 154-pound division. Tony Harrison and Jamel Charlo are going to be fighting again later on this year. And there's rumor going around from an uncredible source that Julian Williams and Jared Hurd and Tony Harrison and Jamel Charlo is going to be on the same card. Crazy. On the 14th, on the zone, you have Jaime Munguia taking on this fucking guy right here, Patrick Galati. Don't get me started on that and why he's not fighting Jesse Vargas. We don't know what Erickson Lubin is doing yet. I'm wondering if he's going to fight Terrell Goucher. Terrell Goucher's got something coming up, but what? I like Sergio Garcia. You know, I'm interested to see what he's going to be doing next. Brock Castano turned down a fight with Michael Soro, and that's why that WBA world title became vacant. Remember, he had that draw against Erislandy Lara. Carlos Adames, a top-ranked prospect. Dennis Hogan is supposed to have a big fight coming up against who? I wonder if it's going to be Jesse Vargas. Carl Brooks at 154, but we don't know what the fuck he's doing. Could we see Carl Brook versus Dennis Hogan? Let's see who else. And he shouldn't have even been ranked. Look. He shouldn't have even been ranked. He lost 2 fights ago to fucking Brandon Rios. Come on, man. I mean, well, you know, it's hard to say if he should have been ranked, but I mean, come on, man. And Lara, besides the Swift Hurd and Castano, did you know? Here's an interesting fact. While we're waiting for the post-fight interviews to come on, did you know, Stone Cold Steve Austin? Did you know that Erislandy Lara was that covered these fights was the very last PBC on ESPN broadcast when he fought Jan Zavek? It was a rainy night. They had beach chairs. There was hardly nobody there. And then before that, after that, he was also the last fight for PBC on Spike. He's a network killer. Then the Terrell Goucher fight, people walked out. So it's good. That was on Showtime. So it's good to see that, you know, he's got 3, you know, straight exciting fights. Even though this was against a lower caliber opponent than his last 2. Still, it's good to see him in some, you know, exciting fights and not stinking it up. Anyway, please subscribe to TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com.
Look at the final numbers. Lara landed 33 total punches. Alvarez only 7. 34% for Lara, 12% for Alvarez. To the ring we go for the official decision. Jimmy Lennon Jr.
They gonna kiss?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes, 3 seconds in round number 2. A referee in charge, Mark Nelson, had seen enough and calls a halt for the contest. He is the winner by way of knockout. And once again, the WBA Super Welterweight Champion of the World, Erislandy.
Look, she can't wait to get that fake-ass belt on him.
Dream, Lara.
Fucking WBA. Fucking WBA.
Lara regains the belt. The WBA Super Welterweight regular title holder.
You hear that music? They tried to get me copyrighted. You sons of bitches, PBC on Fox tried to set me up with that track. Tried to set me up. And so I guess it's the last commercial break before we hear what he's going to do next. He's 36 years old, so let's talk about who does he fight next. Lara's likely not going to get in another fight this year. He's already had his 2 with Ramon Alvarez and Brian Castano. That's probably his 2 fights for the year. We'll likely see him in January, February, but with the timelines, he's not going to fight a Jerry Swift Hurd, Julian J. Rock Williams, Jamel Charlo, or Tony Harrison next unless he waits out a little while, don't return to maybe April or May or next year or so. He did fight March this year when he fought Castano. He's 36 years old, but you know, in Cuban years, he really like 40, 44, 42. But you know, like, he just like one of them young looking Cubans and shit. Not like Luis Ortiz. Like, well, he do look young for 60 something. Old ass Larry Holmes still out here getting it in. So, who can he fight next, though? You know, see, the fact that he's PBC, I don't like looking at fights that are, you know, can't happen. You know, like Kell Brook. You know, they're going to fuck around and order him to fight. They're not going to order him to fight Marco Soro or Michel Soro. He should fight Soro. And get rid of whatever this WBA gold belt bullshit is that they got. You know, I don't think that him and Erickson Lubin are going to meet. Carlos Adames is there. But I don't think so. Who is he going to fight? And will he ever test the waters at 160? Erislandy Lara came into the ring at 169, according to the unofficial weigh-in PBC on Fox had released. And as we talked about, Canelo's balding brother, Ramon Alvarez, El Nutmeg, came in at 177. 177 and almost and a half. So a cruiserweight. You know, Lara can test the waters at 160. You know, if he's not with Ronnie Shields, you know, or not associated over there with them anymore, I would love to see him finally fight one of the Charlos. Or even Jamal. Jamal don't got to fight. You know? El Nutmeg, that's what you get. Or allspice. What's another Hispanic spice? That's him. He one of those. You know, Danny Jacobs at 168 now, pretty much. You know, and he's at a point in time. Oh, wait, they got a poll.
Charlo, 24%. Julian Williams, who is the WBA World Super Welterweight champ. Jarrett Hurd, 20%. 13%. Want to see Lara face Tony Harrison next. To the ring we go with the champ, Heidi.
Thank you very much, Kenny. A two-time champ at 36 years old. How good does it feel to have that guy back on your shoulder?
Dos veces campeón, Erislandy Lara, a los 36 años. Qué bien se siente tener el título otra vez.
Primero que todo, quiero darle las gracias a Martín Álvarez por aceptar esta pelea que se nos dio a nosotros. Hicimos buen trabajo y cada cual se preparó para ganar. Y bueno, fui mejor que él y aquí tengo el título de nuevo.
First of all, I want to thank Team Alvarez. Thank you for giving me the work that I needed today. He came out to fight and try to beat me, so I thank him for that. But, you know, I thank my team, and especially having this title here on my shoulders feels great.
You know, with all of the weight saga, did this go exactly like you thought it would?
Con todo lo que estaba pasando sobre el peso, que él vino sobrepeso, ¿así fue que tuviste la pelea, como pasó hoy?
No, con todo lo que estaba pasando sobre el peso, me sentí, como quiera sea, me sentí el peso. Son 4 libras de diferencia, pero bueno, supe trabajar duro sobre ese defecto y aquí tuve la victoria.
Yeah, I can't kid myself. I did feel those 4 pounds that were extra there that, and from his part, you know, he should have come at weight, basically, and I'm happy of having the title, but yeah, I felt those 4 pounds, definitely.
When you took him to the ropes, it's almost as if you hesitated. You didn't want to hit him again. Did you know in that moment that this fight was over?
Ya cuando lo tenía en la cuerda, Erislandy, parece que estaba un golpe fulminante de darle otra vez y no le diste otra vez. ¿Ya tú sabías que la pelea había terminado?
Al tenerlo en la cuerda ya sabía que la pelea se acababa, pero tampoco quise, no quise tampoco sobre lastimarlo y ya sabía que se acababa la pelea.
Yeah, once I had it in the against the ropes, I knew I had this fight won, and then, you know, I didn't maybe want to give him another shot, another power punch that could have really hurt him.
There's a lot of talented guys in this weight class. We saw the Twitter poll. Fans said Jermell Charlo would be the one that they'd like you to fight next. Obviously, he's got a fight potentially tied up with Tony Harrison for that rematch. Then we've, of course, got Jarrett Hurd, J-Rock, that rematch potentially happening as well. Who would you like to face next?
Fox hizo una encuesta sobre quién quiere
Erislandy
Lara pelear otra vez. Está J-Rock, está Jarrett Hurd, que ustedes tuvieran esa gran pelea. Hay varios peleadores ahí. Erislandy, ¿quién tú quieres enfrentarte la próxima vez?
Sinceramente, estoy listo para pelear con cualquier boxeador de la división. Pero bueno, en este momento estoy más enfocado. Quisiera pelear, me gustaría pelear con los mejores de la división. Pesos arriba y pesos abajo, ¿no? Me gustaría pelear con con Canelo Alvarez o con Spence, que son los mejores boxeadores por que están en la división.
Yeah, I'll fight anybody in the division. The fights that I've had before, they don't bother me. But I do want to fight the best boxers out there, being higher divisions or lower divisions. And I'm talking about Spence Jr. or Canelo Alvarez.
So Errol Spence obviously tied up too. We've got that big pay-per-view against Sean Porter and Canelo. Interesting choices. I see that you maybe didn't avenge that loss completely here tonight. But congratulations on a great win here in Minneapolis. Kenny, we'll send it back to you.
All right.
Why did not that cross my mind? They can do that. They can do Errol Spence versus Erislandy Lara on pay-per-view. They can do that. That's some alluring shit right there. Of course, if you know Errol Spence beats Sean Porter and if he can't get another welterweight, but I don't know, call me crazy. Call me crazy. Maybe it's late. You know, I've been working all day and shit. But I would salivate for that. I would love that shit. What? Lara versus Spence versus Lara? We'll see, though. We'll see. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. I'm glad this night is over. Please subscribe.
Screwed up tonight for him with coming in overweight. I think he's a real class act, and he's a real likable guy, and I'm glad he's champion. He deserves it. He's worked hard. He's a dedicated guy, and he's really talented.